This is Smarty. I'm the co-founder of Smarty Marketing. And with me today and always is our April, the social media manager and promoter of our infographics and designer of our logo. I don't know. But besides SEO, I've been doing a lot of fun stuff as well. I've been community manager, editor-in-chief for Search Engine Journal, founder of several projects, and now the co-founder of our coolest agency. I'm more than happy about that. And I have a newsletter on LinkedIn. Please check it out. It's on my page, on my profile page, and Smarty on LinkedIn. I do publish it every Tuesday, and the diverse topics, but usually it's something to do with SEO and or AI. Usually I try to combine the both, or we talk about some SEO trends and news as well, which is not as exciting, but still important. So please check it out. Today's episode, this week's episode was about marketing on YouTube, but not just marketing on YouTube. It's about using AI for marketing on YouTube. And I know that I'm keeping track of all the new tools, AI, generative AI platforms, and all of that. And I think the most exciting thing for me, which I find the most exciting, is actually what it does for videos. I think this is just the greatest thing ever. What we have to experience and watch, how these things, these platforms make it not just easier to create and optimize videos, but also there are so many diverse ways to use them. So today I'm talking about 5-6 ways to use generative AI for YouTube and video marketing. And I'm sure there are many more. So if you know of any, please post them in comments. I'm always looking for new tools to check out or new tips or new prompts. So this would be a cool digest for all of us, and we will all benefit from it. So with that, do check my newsletter because it has all the links of the tools that I'm going to talk about. And there are also some screenshots and fun stuff, so it's a good idea to check the article as well. Now, how do we use generative AI for video and YouTube marketing? First of all, several years ago, creating and publishing videos would have taken me a day, because it's not just creating a video. This is what we're doing right now. It's probably not the easiest part, but at least you could handle it with various tools and even camera on your mobile. It was doable. But after that, when you have to also edit the video, then you have to create a description for it, then a title for it, then share it everywhere. Then you would have to create some short versions of it to publish on things like Instagram and TikTok. So there were many ways, many things you should have been doing, and it was a huge project, and every video is a huge project. Now with AI, many of those steps are handled by AI, which I'm very grateful. And the first thing to do, and this is my favorite one, is to use AI to create video descriptions. This is one of the most underutilized areas of YouTube optimization. Not many people take advantage of that section on YouTube, and it's unfortunate because it's helpful for Google to understand what the video is about. Yes, Google can access the transcript and understand what the video is about, but transcripts just don't have keywords that Google would understand easily, and it's not as always that easy to pick out some topics that the video was about. Sometimes there was no voiceover. There are many ways for Google to struggle with understanding videos. And description is that area that Google can access, scroll, and take out everything that it needs to rank that video in Google Organic. And YouTube videos rank very well, and it takes pretty low effort, not much effort, to rank your videos on Google if you take advantage of the title and description areas of YouTube. Now, to write that description, and I think that YouTube allows like 5,000 characters in it. No one ever that I could ever remember used all of those characters for YouTube for YouTube section. Writing that description took time. Now you can just go to ChatGPT or Google Bard, now it's Gemini, and ask to create a cool description for your video. You can use your transcript for that, or in Gemini, in Bart, it was much more consistent. With Gemini, I am struggling with some of things that I was able to do with Bart. But in any case, sometimes you can just put your video URL there and ask Gemini to create a cool description. It could be takeaways from the videos. It could be a summary of the video, the most important thing that was discussed there. Then you can just edit it slightly, add some keywords, and put on your YouTube. You can also ask them to come up with a few ideas for the title for the video so that it's engaging, interesting, and relevant. And then edit that as well and put it on YouTube as well. So this takes now 1 minute, where previously it would have been probably 30 minutes or maybe even an hour, depending on how much you want to talk about in that description area. Saves lots of time, very easy. So take advantage of that section on YouTube, because there are so many tools now that can help with that. Another thing that you can do, and it's also not a very widespread tactic that many people are using, is to create timestamps for that video. A timestamp is a section, a time on the video where you can click on and get exactly to that section of the video. You can create the whole table of contents of everything that the video is about, so that people could click on any chapter and go right to that section of the video and watch what is most interesting to them. There are a few benefits to that. There are two benefits of using those timestamps in the description area as well. First of all, it sends deep links inside your video, so that when anyone clicks, it gets inside the video. That is a deep view, and it's a ranking factor for YouTube. When YouTube finds that many people watch not just the beginning of the video, but they went to the middle, up to the end, that is a huge signal for YouTube that that's a very interesting and engaging and important and useful video, so they would try to serve it to more people. Now, the other thing, that Google also shows those chapters. Sometimes when you see video ranking in Google, you see the key moments, and when you click that key moments link, there will be those sections underneath the video, so people can go inside your video right from Google, which is also a great thing for keeping them engaged and send those ranking signals to YouTube. But it also means that there are more links to click from search snippet, which is also a great way to stand out in search and get more of those views for your video. So to create those chapters also used to take a lot of time, because you have to go to watch your video, remember the time when something when you started talking about something else, and then you could just put those manually, find the name for the chapter. That is time consuming. Now there are AI tools that can do that automatically. You just give them your URL and they create chapters for you. And one of those tools, there are a few, but one of those tools that is all about that, and it's very easy to use and not as expensive, is called Instant Chapters. So check it out as well and try it with any YouTube video. I think they give a few free credits, but you have to provide your credit card to subscribe for the free trial. Now, another tool that I found very interesting as well is called Hear the Web. And what it does, it creates podcasts from any article of yours. So you copy paste your article into that tool, and they not just even read the article, they create the dialogue. So there will be two AI voices. You can choose if it's one male, one female, or both females, both males, and they will have a conversation based on your article. So it's not just reading over it. I know there are quite a few tools that can do that as well. Just read any article. This one turns it into the conversational podcast. And now you can just put some interesting screenshots or even images and create a slideshow, and there is a video for you based on your article. And it's not just reading that article again, it's an interesting conversation. I was actually surprised by the quality of the script that that tool created for me. Also, automatically, I didn't have to edit anything at all. So it's 5 minutes and you have a podcast episode based on something that you wrote. I found it's absolutely awesome. There are also a few tools that can do that, but I tested all of them. Here the web provided the best results, so I'm sharing that with you. Again, it's a paid tool, but there are a few free credits for you to test it out. Even if you don't use it in the future, you will find the whole experience enjoyable. And now next app is called Clap, and also it's something amazing. I tested it. I even upgraded to the pro version for it to keep using it. So what it does, you publish a video on YouTube. Now you took all that time creating that video. What now? It's the only platform that you're going to use is definitely not YouTube. You need to branch out and use other platforms like TikTok or even YouTube Shorts or Instagram. So to create those short versions that are entertaining and engaging used to take me half of the day. Now this tool takes your YouTube video and creates those short videos for you absolutely automatically. Not only they break your video into several short episodes, they will also caption each of them so that there is like a text of what you are saying right in that video, and you can just download it and upload to Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. Takes also about 5 minutes, whereas previously it would have been, I don't know, 3 hours or 4 hours to edit all those little videos and use them. So very cool. They will also generate a little description for each video for you to go as a caption. So definitely a cool tool to use. It's clap.app, I think, but check out my article for the link. I don't remember the exact URL. So these are the tools, all generative AI tools that I've listed. There are quite a few others that I've tested as well. I found those most exciting. And now when you publish your YouTube, where you can also ask ChatGPT, here is my transcript, generate, I don't know, a Twitter thread for me to publish a few takeaways with the video link on my Twitter profile. Or you can ask, create an interesting caption for me to promote that on YouTube or on Instagram. So there are also quite a few prompts for ChatGPT or Gemini, whichever you want to use, to make it easier for you to promote that video. Or you can, for example, if it was an interview with someone, if that video is an interview, you can grab the whole transcript and ask ChatGPT to create a well-organized article with headings and sections so that people know what exactly we were discussing in that video. You can edit it or you can just publish it, because it's I know we do not use just generative AI text, the text that AI generated. But in these cases, when it's still your content and there is a video transcript and everything, I feel like it's a great way to give people an alternative way to know what the video was about without necessarily watching it all. And it's also food for Google to rank your page where you share that interview. So there are many more ways to use AI for after you publish your video, for promotion and for sharing it around. So if you ever do anything on YouTube, make sure to use some of those tools or just ChatGPT to make it easier for you to promote it. And with that, this was my list of AI tools. If you know of any other, please share with us as well. And we're going to April. And April, do you use AI in any ways these days, especially for videos, or do you plan to?
Well, now I plan to. I haven't really dabbled in it. Now I haven't really dabbled in it yet, but now I'm inspired by like the tools that you provided, and definitely want to experiment with them.
I know we had quite a few cases when YouTube was being used as a content repackaging tool. Like we could even create YouTube videos from our infographics or a little slideshow based on our content. So we've been using YouTube a lot. It's just interesting that AI makes it not much more productive only, but also diversify all ways that we can use YouTube or promote YouTube videos as well.
Do you think there's like a tool that we could like put our infographics into that would make a video, an AI tool that would make a video out of them?
Hmm. Yeah, and now it's also voiceover. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I'll try it out. That sounds really fun, actually. So
Yeah, and even like I know you are doing a lot of stuff on Instagram for businesses as well. So AI could definitely make your life much easier as well.
definitely, I really have to get more into it. I think part of it is, I guess, I've been being stubborn about using it. I guess because I'm trying to. It feels like it's too easy, but I guess if I keep doing that, I'll get left behind. Is ever, you know what I mean? So
I know, and I know exactly what you're saying because I'm the same way with using AI for writing content. I feel like everyone can do that, but it's more about how you use it than whether you use it at all or not, because there are creative ways to use AI.
yeah, like we're still giving it our own creativity and our own hard work. Um, it's just taking the nitty gritty stuff and making it more streamlined and easier to deal with. So yeah, I mean, we're still being creative, and that's the important thing. So you mentioned so keywords are important in like YouTube descriptions, and that was one of my questions.
Yeah, I mean, one of the ways that we can generate views for any video is to get it ranking in Google. I think this is one missing step in many YouTube strategies that they forget that there are more sources for YouTube views. It's not just getting visibility on YouTube itself. I'm not sure if YouTube is much about using keywords per se. I think they have other. Mhm. But for Google, it's still important. Yes.
So Google does Google factor view count into the rankings?
This is something I don't think, just because I've seen so many videos on Google that do not have many views at all. And sometimes when you search Google videos, and then you search YouTube videos, you can see that those are absolutely different algorithms. Like there would be no similar videos at all, because I think Google is still more about traditional signals in most ways, and then trying to get if it's things like views or I don't know shares on social. I don't think they factor that in, but I may be wrong. I'm not sure about that. I did rank YouTube videos in Google Organic with 0 views. I have a hobby channel that I sometimes publish videos to, and the only way they get views is from Google, and because I optimize them very well. And in many ways, when they start ranking in Google, they would have I don't know 10 views at all, and then they start generating those views from Google.
It makes me wonder if like EEAT principles like play into how Google ranks videos. If like, because maybe if like the person comes off as an authority and their videos are helpful or they're in a niche.
Yeah, I think I think they may get to that point when they look at how established is the channel, for example, how many subscribers the channel is. But I don't think they are there yet. Like I said, I have a very, very inactive YouTube channel, which I never have time for. But when I publish videos, I try to optimize them for something that is searchable. And that's the only way I can get views to that video, because YouTube doesn't like my channel. It's not regularly updated. And that's a huge signal for Google, for YouTube. And I don't think Google pays any attention that my little channel has no views or subscribers.
Interesting. Oh, all right.
At least that's my experience. I think Google is more about whether that video page has backlinks, whether it has optimized title, whether it's still traditional signals for Google in that case. But that's just my experience. It also may change in the future.
Generally, like how important do you think it is for like an e-commerce or an online centric company to have a YouTube presence? You think it's like if
I
a
feel
company
like
doesn't have a YouTube, is that really sabotaging them?
it definitely depends on industry. In some cases, it's very important when people search YouTube for reviews or for instructions on someone doing on using your software, for example, or when it's so it's definitely in some industries it's a must. In some niches, it's more about a missed opportunity than um, hurting yourself. So I would, for any business, I would definitely set up a channel, but how much you want to work on it, if you want to do videos regularly or just publish something about your software or product, it depends on the industry. In some industries, it's not as searchable, so people would not really use YouTube itself to discover those products, for example. But in some, I think it's a must. Do you use YouTube search at all? Like, how often do you search YouTube for something?
Well, I do a lot of like workout videos on YouTube, so I use it. I use YouTube a lot for that, just searching YouTube videos that way. But that's really it. I mean, well, I guess I just use Google to search, and then if their YouTube video happens to come up, then I'll just go that.
Yeah, same. I think Google is pretty good at understanding which search queries need videos for ranking. So if I need a video, Google would know and just show me that video in organic search. So it's definitely I start with Google, but I'm also SEO, so I use Google for everything. So I'm not a representative of any of any audience at all.
Like, what tools do you recommend for like coming up with ideas for videos? Is there like a particular tool that's best for that, or to chat GTP?
I'm absolutely the same SEO in this aspect as in any other. Anytime I need a video idea, I do keyword research. So that's my way to come up with any ideas. Yes. So definitely that's why my little YouTube channel is even generating any views, because every video there comes from keyword research. So that's a searchable keyword, and I make sure that there are video sections for that search query, and then I create video. So I'm not a YouTuber. I have no idea how those people come up with new ideas every week or something like that. But I feel like asking ChatGPT doesn't hurt. I don't use ChatGPT so much for brainstorming because I don't think it's as creative yet, and it doesn't have a deep understanding of any topic. So it's more about just having information on everything, but not being in that industry to have expertise for anything. But sometimes, yeah, when I'm stuck, I could use ChatGPT, but more often than not, I use keyword research for any brainstorming, including YouTube.
Mhm. It reminds me of this graphic that I made about like marketing soft skills that AI can't replace, and one of them was like big picture thinking, and like we have an advantage over AI in that regard when it comes to coming up with ideas because we can see the big picture. And
Exactly. Like after being SEO for 20 years, I do not see ChatGPT to have that level of. I don't want to sound like I don't want to say expertise, I'm sure ChatGPT knows best practices of SEO, but being able to know what people would respond to at this moment. So now, if I want to create something, to write article that will resonate, I would definitely talk about helpful content or AI, how to use AI for SEO. So I know those are trending topics and people would respond to them. But tomorrow that could be different topics because something happens in SEO or something like that, and ChatGPT would not have that level of understanding this audience or this topic as well. So sometimes I would use it for brainstorming, but I think it's overrated in this respect. I don't think that ChatGPT is able to provide really good ideas. It can sparkle some inspiration and direct you in some direction so that then narrow down any topic that they would suggest or research some angles on that. So it's probably like more showing you the direction than actually giving you ideas for your audience.
It's like the textbook, where the creative mind that brings it to life, basically.
Exactly. I mean, it can be creative, but not in this way, I would say. I know I love ChatGPT for text analysis, like for giving me a quick summary of a huge paper, for example. It can be very smart and creative. You can ask it to write an email, which I'm never happy about what it provides, but at least I can edit something and send it. There are many use cases for ChatGPT, but for brainstorming, I was never lucky, especially with the topic that I know well. I'm more about finding topics myself.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If you're watching this, if you will be watching this, please comment with your ways to use AI, ChatGPT, Gemini, any tools for videos, content repackaging, or any other ways you're using those tools. We always love new ideas, and I would definitely try what you will suggest to us. Thank you so much for being with us, April. Thank you so much for the company, and we will see you next week.